Sorry, I wanted to raise 2 points, 2 questions rather, if I may. One is I wanted to ask in terms of dance in general is constantly evolving and constantly developing, and this, if you like, this sexualized or more sexual form of Kizomba and some other dances. How should we view them as a continuation, as evolution of the dance, or is this something as that should be viewed as a deviant? So is it something that's just, we should see it more as just something that's evolving, it's natural, it's going to go in different directions, and that's not necessarily bad? Or is it something that's it's actually taken away from what you're defining, you're redefining the dance, and it's no longer, well, what the dance that you say is, or Kizomba in this case?
I think that depends on the value of the individual that's viewing the dance, and I think that's what's being discussed here at this point in time. To a traditionalist and to somebody who views the dance as not sexual, to them they will not want to know that. So, for example, even with the dances of the African diaspora, some of the traditionalist individuals are not open to the modern forms and the way that people are using the movements, because to a lot of them it's sacred and it mustn't be changed. Mm-hmm. But we have changed. Through integrating, through mixing, we have changed. And through blacks, Indians, Asians mixing, our bone structures have changed. Our muscle forms have changed. And so the way we walk and the way we move will have changed. So yes, a door needs to be opened to new ways of moving, but sex is for the bedroom. And dance is open for the community, from the young and to the old. And in my eyes, even the mating dances, the African mating dances, do not present what we are seeing at this point in time.
I think there's a change, not just in Kizomba, but I've seen it in another dance called Zuklambada and in Bachata. And the change is the evolution of the dances, all 3 dances, are very similar in the sense that they're becoming less roots and less original movement, and all becoming very stylized with the isolations and different kinds of movements. And I see this happening in the cities rather than in maybe smaller places where roots might happen. And I think that this evolves with YouTube and commercial savvy people. And I also think that because it's a club scene, it becomes a social thing rather than a community thing. So the social dance is also for it becomes more like this, so that people who are learning are able to do the dance and feel good, because they don't necessarily get the feeling and the movement from the roots of the dance, because it's not in the body yet, because you can't get that within a few weeks.
It comes back to values. For me, it comes back to values, and it comes back to where you want to take the dance itself, how quick you want it. Yes, this influence of commercialization, as great as it is in regards to spreading the dance to the world, it has its shortfalls. For me, in my thinking as well, the individual is very important to how the form is represented. We take a look at what does this person want from this dance. Remember, we're coming out at night. After midnight, we're dancing. There's alcohol. Where there's alcohol, there's women representing themselves in particular ways. There are the men dressing, showing these muscles and everything, women, And it changes the way we feel. And it's important that when we become close with all these various opportunities in the world, it makes things